I'm Tony, and welcome to block number 2 of the Pixelated Galaxy Quilt-Along. This block number 2 is Pluto. Did you know that Pluto actually has a heart? So whenever they finally, looked at the surface of Pluto and they were trying to figure it out, they discovered that it actually has a central location of its heart that helps navigate the atmosphere and the ground and it's really, really cool. Look it up. And of course, Pluto was the planet that was not a planet, that was a planet, and then not a planet and a dwarf planet. And you know what? Pluto will always have my heart. I love Pluto. So for this block, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. First off, we still are not pulling any stuff from the previous blocks. So if you have stuff set aside for block number 1, you can still keep it aside. That's not a problem. And then when we finish this block, you're going to take this and then add it to that pile. Of course, we're cutting our strips just like block number 1. You have your 2.5-inch strips and 1.5-inch strips. You cut your 2.5-inch strips. Now, there is a little deviation here. You notice with the white and the light tan, you are also cutting a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square. Well, why are you doing that, Tony? It's because it's the only place in the entire quilt-along that combo is going to happen. So that's a little bit new than previous quilt-alongs. These little tiny 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares. So make sure you cut those. Then you take your 1.5-inch strips, sew it to another 1.5-inch strip, and then cut the combos. It's pretty straightforward, just a lot like last week, where of course you're then laying out all of your pieces. If you're not sure what to do here, if this is your first block, go take a look at block number 1. I've got it linked down below so you can easily find that for a lot of these instructions. Now this one does have 3 pieces that you do have to combine together before sewing the rows together. There's that little piece that I told you about, the little 1.5-inch squares in row 3. And then there's 2 horizontal pieces in row number 4. Now, row number 4, you notice there's a little piece right there. Make sure you look up here to see where that arrow is. The arrow's going to the left, so that top piece in that horizontal, the seam is going to go to the left as well. And then that's it. And then you sew your rows together, square up your block, and you've got Pluto. So if you have any questions at all for the Pixelated Galaxy Quilt-Along, please let me know. Ask them in the comments. Shoot me a message. I hope that you're enjoying the Quilt-Along. Of course, don't forget, you can also pick up the fabric from me if you haven't already on my website, or just pick up all the fabric for the entire Quilt-Along. It's on the website, quiltony.com. I hope this video helps you assemble the block number 2, Pluto. Don't forget to like this video, follow my YouTube, as well as Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, where I stream live and you can interact with me. My Quite Nerdy Quilters Facebook group. I have a TikTok I don't really do much with. And I think that's everything. Oh, there's a Pinterest I don't do anything with at all. I think that's it. Thank you.